Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. It's time for the rowdiest day on the Albion calendar. It is Reset and Invasion Day here in Albion Online. My name is Lewpac and I'm joined by Robin Hood and Bogul in the casting desk today as we get underway with the EU portion of the Reset. Now, before we get into it, there's a few things we need to let you guys know. We are running the stream with a 15-minute delay to protect the integrity of the game and to allow us to show the action of all the forces without giving away too much information to their enemies. Therefore, everything you're hearing happened 15 minutes ago, and there's no point talking to us in chat because you're responding to things that happened 15 minutes ago. So when I say that the territories will go live in half an hour, it's actually going to be 15 minutes for you by the time you read this because you'll be 15 minutes in the future. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, with that said, I am joined by Bogul and Robin. How are you doing, guys? Are we all good? Are we ready to go?
I'm ready to go. My first Reset casting, so I'm pretty hyped.
They're going to miss you on the front line, surely. The Blue Army guys.
I think this is my first official Reset where I haven't been there, so yeah, it's going to be.
But you're not a shot caller though, are you?
No, but I'm a party one tank, meaning I'm a dedicated engagement tank.
Oh dear, someone will have to fill those shoes.
I'm
And
looking at
Bogul, who's going to be filling those crafting journals while you're here?
They fill themselves. I just buy them off the auction house. I don't.
Okay. Actually, I might have a little bit of business for that. I've inherited some more journals actually, and I can't ever process them all. I've got like 4K of each journal, so we might have to do a little bit of business off stream. But that is not the focus. We don't worry about economy today. It is all about the action here. So, if you are new to Invasion Day or Reset Day, as it is often referred to, you may have noticed that all of the towers around the Outlands no longer have owners. This is because on Reset Day, they are reclaimed by the Elemental Guardians or the Vengeful Guardian Lords, and they're up for grabs. They go up in two different segments. We have the EU Reset and the NA Reset. And what you're watching right now is the EU Reset. At 1800 UTC, all of the towers will become claimable simultaneously. So all of the EU time zone towers are up for grabs and everyone will fight over them. Now, it's not as simple as running up and claiming them, though. You do have to do a little bit more than that, as the Vengeful Guardians will be in place. So, Robin, if you give people a little rundown of what goes on with the Guardians and what they can expect here.
I've never done a boss team before, but mainly you have your tower, and then on top of the tower we have the Guardian, and when your boss group engages, you'll have the little aspects that get spawned. You have to drag those in onto the boss and kill those. The boss doesn't take actual proper damage. It only takes real damage from when you kill the aspects which blow up next to the actual Guardian. That's where the big damage comes in.
And they do take a bit of true damage as well. So poisons are pretty useful against them because that does go through at full value. But yeah, as you said, most normal DPS is pretty much worthless. It's all about the adds. So you will see forces split into two sort of things. You'll have the main bulk of the ZVZ force, or the Zerg as we call it, or the Blob. And then you'll have these boss teams, which are specialist single target PvE teams whose goal is to take the towers. Now, the Zergs have to protect their teams, but they also want to maximize the number of towers they get. So they'll be spreading their forces, deploying their teams wherever they think they can grab a tower. And you may see, some PvE teams get jumped by enemy forces, enemy Zergs. There's a lot of cat and mouse to it. Usually, the biggest alliances will go for their home towers first and then end up fighting over the middle ground afterwards. It massively varies the amount of action we get, really. Who's hunting who, the big forces. Right now, though, I believe we're following Syndic and the Crimson guys.
I have been hopping around a little bit.
Okay, what are you seeing, Bogul? What's going on in the world right now?
I jumped to King Mojo, to Artista, to Domit. Let me take a selfie. Everybody's sort of preparing. The only guys who are actually actively moving about are the guys from CIR, it looks like.
Yeah, Crimson look like they're just looking for something to fight before they get into it. They've been actually having a bit of a mixed bag recently. The Hustle and Hitmans kind of lost a lot of their territory to Fine Lauder and to Surf recently. Obviously, Crimson have been focusing quite heavily on the Surf hideout in Dunes, which is actually down to its last shield tomorrow. Bogul said he really wants to show up on Sunday and bring that to you, so we'll see what happens with that.
Which zone is that?
Sandrift Dunes, Final Shield. Last time I went there, it was completely zone capped for the Final Shield, and it was basic. They got the hideout to 10%, but it was just a battle royale. It was just blobs everywhere. Basically, everyone had turned up just for the content. It reminded me actually of Darkfall back in the day. If anyone here has played Darkfall in chat, just turning up as a third party to city sieges was amazing. Because you used to just sort of dive in, pick as many people off, grab some loot, and dive out again. So much fun. And I find that this sort of the hideout mechanics, if there's a final shield, you can almost guarantee that there's going to be something to do. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of fun to be had if there's a final shield. Even if you turn up with a 5-man gank squad. I've noticed Mosif and a few Blue Army guys and some Fine Lorder guys, they always turn up to these final shields with gank sets. And you can probably make a bit of money on that.
Yeah, you make a lot of money off that. Like you probably average about 5 to 10 mil if you get out with your loot. But
today, though, it is all about the big zergs. I've got the SEA Alliance have started looking at some of these 12 and 1500 time zones. Currently, though, Crimson are bearing down on them in Sandrift Steppe. Crimson somehow all came out of the Sun hideout. Now, I have no idea how that happened, but, some interesting politics going on there, I'm sure. Looks like the SEA guys are going to run for the hills. They will actually end up in Expanse, which is an NA time zone, though. So, they are getting chased down hard. The one thing on reset day, by the way, don't be the guy on the armored horse or the normal horse. Don't be that guy.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy here. I don't like to name and shame, right? I don't believe in name and shaming, right? But this guy, full 8-1 plate, a 6-1 Grove Keeper, 8-1 beef sandwiches, and a tier 5 armored horse. Like,
why would you skimp out on the movement speed?
Is it worth getting caught behind by the Swiftclaw crew, right? When you've spent $1 million plus on your gear because you didn't want to spend 140k on the mount?
It's not.
Like,
Swiftclaws are so cheap these days.
I know. Well, I mean, my business model's always been the same. I breed them for a month and I sell them all on reset day. It used to be phenomenal money. It's not so bad, like good now, but the cubs are a lot cheaper. But I used to make on reset day you could charge about 50-60% more, and you'd usually end up selling in Carlion.
Interesting. Okay.
Pots
I'll
as well.
remember that.
Pots on reset day are pretty nice as well. Definitely worth a look.
Yeah, pots, omelets, pretty much all the food.
Okay, we've got some action. We've actually got some deaths here. PoE have just grabbed... I think an SEA Ballista has just been caught. Gone into Sandrift Portal North. Okay, SEA and Sandrift Portal North. If you want to go to Chaddy, Chadde, he is a guy to follow from Crimson. Oh no, he's zoned back. But yeah, the SEA guys do have a bit of a debuff, but their forces are kind of split everywhere right now. They've got guys in 4-1 though.
Oh boy.
Just in a 4-1 halberd.
It's going to be really interesting this reset. We have the new Zerg debuff changes in the game right now, so that's huge.
It kicks in a lot earlier, but the one thing people were saying was like the difference between having 50 versus 100 is still 7%, except that the 50 have a much higher debuff now than they would have before. And I still feel that CC is so strong in these encounters. And everybody's abusing it anyway by dropping guilds.
Exactly.
Same with the territory cap. PoE is now split into PoE and ex-PoE plus Hammer and Sickle are solo. I know most of the armor/squat guilds are now running solo as well.
Yep.
Like I think Rack is actually solo. And ironically, the guild that really was solo, probably the only true solo guild, Fine Lorder, are now an alliance to have an old guild. which is kind of ironic in this situation, isn't it?
It is, since they were the ones pushing for all these alliance changes and stuff at the beginning, saying that they're a solo guild. So, happens. Blue Army and the Squawk Boys are on the move. No content yet.
Scoia'tael are just riding around here in Steppe. They are part of PoE though, as are Hammer and Sickle. But both are running solo right now.
Interesting. I'm just looking at the map where Blue Army and pretty much their main forces are sitting in Deathwish Bog. Pretty far away from their main hideout zone in Darkborough Snag. I don't know what the play is. Maybe they're going to be pushing on 1941.
Okay. I wonder if Fine Lauder would want to try and get Highstone Lock back. Or if they're completely done with it. Because I feel bad, like leveling it up to level 8. And then it just got taken like 2 days later.
Is that EU or NA con?
I think it's NA actually.
I think it is. I think
Is it Midnight? Midnight
Yeah.
is an NA, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they've definitely been making a lot of plays in the old Fricks territory, taking some stuff off Hustling Hitmans as well. Fricks have kind of fallen apart, I believe, at the moment. Like they are still recruiting. It is known, but they've had a big exodus of members in the direction of Surf Alliance, I believe. I think we took a few into Sun. I think a lot of people were. I mean, they kind of just got picked on by PoE, and they banded together with some allies and held on to the hideout. But I think there's something more going on there. I don't want to say too much because I don't know too much, and I don't want to give wrong information. But I know there has been a large exodus of members.
Yeah, there's a lot of shifting about. Fricks, I feel like they're a strong newbie guild, right? Or they're for the newer players, pretty much. Like that whole Fricks thing. They do a really good job of bringing in the newer players that are like brand new to the game and giving them like a stepping stone into the end game ZV content and other Black Zone activities. But as like a dominant force to be
the problem is surely Arch is just a better option though for a new player because you get that huge Arch safe zone.
That's true.
My advice to new players is get yourself in an Arch guild so you can farm the zones, get good fame farm, get your gathering up, whatever. And then if you can't get into Awful Company, by the end of it, you can just use the fame you gain to get into a good guild.
Yeah, it's always a good way. But then the thing is, I'm a bit wary of telling people to join Arch because they're like ZVZ performance.
Oh, SEA, let's go. Ooh. SEA are running down some Crimson guys right now. But skill, right? Jump to skill, I think, on his Beetle. There's definitely going to be something going on right now. If we jump over to skill, and I'll let Robin tell us what's going on as the Beetle is looking to. They've come in. SEA were running down a bunch of Crimson guys, and then another force of Crimson came in the back. And I think SEA have panicked now, and we might see our first bit of action 15 minutes in advance. I do see a few armored horses on the field.
But
guys to be left
Skill's
behind.
In a little party. I think it's in a battle mount party. So it's kind of hard. SE dismounting to the southwest here. Looks like they're going to be holding this little hill as PoE reposition themselves, and looks like they're going to be wrapping around southeast. Vision is key, as always in ZVZs. You have that south vision, you win the fight pretty much all the time.
But they're not all dismounted, which I hate to see. I hate half mounted and half not. It always shows. Okay, now they're pretty much all dismounted. I hate that sort of lack of confidence. I think you're all there or you're no one's there.
Exactly. You gotta play with some kahunas.
The Beetles are going in deep. They do have a ballista right on top of the Beetles. Syndic's battle mount is right on top of the ballista as well. They will look for the silence. Oh no, that is going to be a quick murder. Those Spectre's jackets going to work as the chain stuns come down. Kemmer trying to get those Scholar's boots to get him out of there, but I think that's going to be a very quick route here. And they're going to get this ballista. This ballista's gone, I think.
Yep. I'm just looking to the southwest a bit. PoE are just running over the last of the SCE guys down here. There's not much holding or anything.
Spinning's ballista. He's actually slowed down here. Are they trying to make a turn? Oh, he's gonna try and put some fire out onto Skill's battle mount. But Scoia'tael are here. It's Scoia'tael. They are with PoE. It did force Skill out of the engage, but it's going to be a pretty quick wipe, and not what you want 15 minutes before the towers even go live. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's
Like,
it's never a nice feeling when you get wiped 15 minutes before, and it's
we've all been there.
over. Yeah, we all have. Yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe SC would have been better off just literally faux disengaging that and finding an actual good placement on the map instead of a tiny little hill that was pretty much open in every direction apart from one little choke point.
I also think they picked a fight well out of their size range.
Yeah.
Like I thought those SEA guys, especially Chaos, they're definitely a competent force, but they're punching above there with that fight. Definitely.
100%.
Like, and there was 3 beetles on top of them on top of that hill. Again, good discipline. You can see Skyatel moving freely within the PoE force. Didn't look too much friendly fire going on.
There's a lot of battle mounts on the field, though.
You can see why PoE really are focusing on Dunes, because obviously it's got that final shield hideout tomorrow. So they really want to have control of this zone for the final shield.
It's going to be a banger tomorrow.
It is going to be absolutely insane, this zone tomorrow. And I think it's actually a really good day for them to do it, right? Because a lot of guilds will be trying to reclaim towers that they wanted but maybe didn't get on reset. Like, it's going to be one of the days where there's probably quite a lot of action already at that time slot. So they have the best chance of a clean fight.
It's true. It's I would like to try and cast about. I know Bogul's. I've already slid him in for the faction warfare ZVZ Royale that's going down tomorrow at 1800. So if you're looking for more ZVZ content tomorrow at 1800, we will have faction warfare. I think we got 5 guilds signed up, 60 player cap limit on each guild. Plus, if you want to join in, just flag up with whatever city and tag along.
Just get involved.
Exactly.
I do see the man, the myth, the legend as well, kicking machine up in here. The maniac with the weeping repeater. I hope he's got one on him.
I saw him when we fought him yesterday. He was in a Grovekeeper with a Spectre Jacket build. In a ZVZ.
Oh no, he's got the 6-3 excellent weeping repeater.
Okay.
He's gone easy on it today.
I'm not gonna lie, that Grovekeeper Spectre Jacket build's pretty interesting. He did nearly kill a bunch of us with it.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, the people have like build guidelines, right, for ZVZ forces. Yeah. And there's pretty rigid builds. And I think that's generally aimed at the average foot soldier that needs a bit of direction. And by playing something approved and cookie cutter, you can know that they're generally adding value. But I think like the exceptional players, like, do you follow football at all, Bogul, Robin?
No.
That's the one with the egg, right?
So it's the one where they kick it into the net. So Ronaldo, you know who Ronaldo is, obviously.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo was always allowed to basically play however he wanted and wherever he wanted. Technically, he was a winger, but the Man U players are like, well, Ronaldo just plays where he wants and we work around it. So when you've got exceptional players, you generally don't mind them using something a bit zanier because they'll generally add value.
And you've always got to try something new, right? You can't just keep things stale, because what's the point? Like, nobody knows when these new builds are going to rise through the roof in the ranks, and then suddenly it's meta again. So,
also with the debuffs as well, like halberds and stuff like that can cause huge amounts of problems. Final Order are running around in Melt right now.
And I got Luxie on the move as well in Timbertop Slope Grove.
Bridgewatch is popping right now. We've got SEA, Surf, Poe, Final Order, and Sun all in a 6-zone radius right now.
Oh boy.
That is it's not even like it's like, if it was T8 zones, you could understand. But the highest zone here is T7, I believe. As you get to Arthur's Rest, you can start to find the T8 around there. But it's going to be good. Hicks and the boys. Hicks is on that. Ooh, enigmatic staff. Fair enough.
One thing it's going to be interesting to see today is like how guilds like go for towers, because obviously with the new alliance changes, anything over 10 towers owned is you start losing energy, right? So are they going to focus? Well, obviously they're going to
Yeah,
focus
you
on
have
claiming
less
their
income.
main
the-
hideout zones, right?
Yeah,
But then did they go for the TA only zones? Who knows?
it depends. I mean, different people have done it different ways. Like in Sun, we created a network of hideouts so that the towers have less importance. Because hideouts are the real objective. Do you know what I mean? Towers can change hands every day. They reset, stuff like that, and they don't really offer a lot apart from a bit of a safe space to run to, and obviously points generation. So I think you're right in that people will focus on the most important zones like the T8. But I don't think people care about going to like 15, 16 zones. The real kicker is when you go above 30, your income becomes negative and you actually have to pay to have towers. I think everybody's going to avoid that.
Yeah.
And there's another factor that you have to assume with that 30 tower threshold that you have all the majors all the time, right? So it's probable that you will have negative income earlier than 30 towers as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it's automatically deducted from your guild bank as well. It's not like you're not going to feel it immediately. It's deducted daily at the prime time. So yeah, if you know somebody has too many towers, you can really put the hurt on them by constantly mage raiding. You can actually cost them a lot of money by mage raiding.
Yeah, because was it Rack had 31 territories when the update went live? And I'm pretty sure they were getting mage raided hard. So, but
I have been jumping around between a bunch of guys, still just looking at the various locations of everybody. So far, everybody's still posturing.
Derek's flexing his Ghost Wolf skin, as always. God bless. God bless everyone who's willing to just eat a 1 billion skin.
yeah, I couldn't do that.
I did.
Oof. Really?
Yeah. I've unlocked every skin bar the Sabertooth Rex. I've
Oh my
wasted
God.
about 2.6 billions worth on skins.
Damn, dude. See, like my mindset is like, I would rather waste that money just throwing it at like the high Gucci gear, ZVZ gear. Like
I've still got plenty
masterpiece.
of money for that. Like, do you know what I mean?
A skin mount, dude. I couldn't do it.
Mate, you've got to let people know that you're better than them. The best way to do it is with a Ghost Wolf. You've got to stunt on these fools. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, do you have the is it the arena one, the white arena mount? I can't remember.
The Sabertooth Rex, there's only 6 of them, no.
No.
And I'm still salty about it because I reckon I would have got one if I asked when I hosted the Arena Masters.
Oof.
Like, I probably could have got given one. And it wouldn't have made a difference to the game because I would have ate it as well. Like, even though it's priceless.
Yeah, I think the last offer I saw for one of those was 5 billion silver, and the guy turned it down.
Crazy.
I've heard as much as 14.
That's just wild. Still, Luxie's on the move. It's going to be interesting to see where Zorn actually head. They're heading into Skylake Hinterlands right now, and the only people that have territories in these zones, or hideout, shall I say, is Black Order. So maybe we see Valon pushing onto Black Order today.
Yeah.
There has been some back and forth over the last couple weeks. Final Order did destroy. Black Order did destroy 2 hideouts in Skylake Hinterlands from oh god, it's not Valon, it's the other group that was here. I forgot their alliance name. Oh, hold on. The Mobs Alliance, which were working with Valon. So maybe it's time Valon hit back onto Final Order, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Or Black Order.
I can't find Scuzz. For once, it's very strange.
You sure he's not up?
Usually, he's probably on one of his different characters.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm holding. I am popping my Giga. I'm popping my Giga.
Oh, I love it.
I'm
surprised we've only seen one CVZ.
The hideout zones. Yeah, I think everybody's going for their main hideout zones. Although if we jump onto Syndic right now on the PoE guys, Crimson are about to run head on into Final Order right now. We're about to have a big throwdown. I think skill will give us a good POV again. That's Duratine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Final Order are sitting on the tower. PoE are going to play off the tower. The blobs look kind of even, but we have Skyatel not getting the Alliance debuff. But if you hold the high ground, like it's pretty hard to come in with multiple forces that are unallied on these towers. Like you can cause some harass from the little pathways at the back of the tower, but you really can't make full use of that force, can you?
No, not. It keeps them in place, but that's about it, right?
But we're going to have a bit of... This is going to be an epic fight, I think.
We got Blondie here. If you guys want to jump onto Blondie, he's at 8-2.
I actually wouldn't...
Tank.
Is there one from the defensive position?
I can try and find one real quick.
I think Derek might be useful. Yeah,
I think
Derek's playing Soul Scythe from the defensive position. So that's pretty good. So Derek and his boys, 35% debuff. Crimson to the east. Send to the west. Poe versus Send. Although we're just calling Final Order because they are one guild with a sub guild.
Yep. They're sitting on a 35% debuff, which is pretty high.
Oh, look at that flank. You can see the Skyatel guys flanking round.
And
or moving
Derek's
through.
Mounting up.
I think he wants to see what's going on here. Because, yeah, look. So Crimson are going to come from behind. Skyatel are going to come from the front. And they're going to basically try and force Final Order up onto the high ground where they do have a nice spot, but they have worse vision. I really don't think you can... I mean, I don't think you can use those back channels for big flanks. They're just too easy to get clapped in. They're all right for escaping. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, Final Order are going to hold their ground here. They've only got 3 minutes till it goes live and they can claim this. So this is going to be a very,
they have to
very
go the boss
close one.
first.
Oh, of course, yes, of course. It's not just the claim, is it? It's not like a territory fight.
Yeah.
Although Final Order are on foot and Crimson seem hesitant about committing to this. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
Derek's
not.
right in the middle of them, and they're all still mounted. They're slowly pushing in.
Maybe that ballista might make him change his mind.
They're edging up.
So we're going to see.
If I was Final Order here, I wouldn't be pushing out this far, especially with the flank on my west.
They've got to hold both sides, haven't they? Would you just hold the high ground here?
Yeah. The
but then can you really hold the defensive position with the boss there?
That's true, but don't know
you're going to have the elemental, right? Well, yeah, but someone's going to run into it in the fight, aren't they? And then he's going to start firing tornadoes into the middle of your Zerg. I think it's quite a different dynamic today for reset day. Because, yeah, like you said, you were definitely, against multiple forces, you definitely want to funnel them into one choke. Okay, the overcharges are going out.
Here we go.
We are about to see it throw down right now. We'll watch it from Daddy Derek's point of view. Poe and Final Order, and even Team Casualty, these guys all used to be allied. They were all friends back in the day, but there's no friendship here anymore.
Definitely not. And interesting to see Derek's chose the Night Helm instead of the... Is it the Cleric Cowl that gives the ice block?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the shot callers nowadays are running the Cleric Cowl for the ice block for survivability in massive ZVZs. Once again, Derek not doing it.
I guess it's because of just the one-shot factor, especially with the debuffs. Being able to survive and keep calling is a big thing.
Yeah.
Right, so this is horrible for Final Order. They have got enemies at both sides. The bulk of their force definitely has to face Crimson. But Skyatel are no joke either, are they?
Oh no. Skyatel know what they're doing when it comes to ZVZs. They can pack a punch.
This I don't know. Skill is going in on that beetle. Just looking at, they're just going to get a little bit of harass.
Here we
just
go. Bomb squad.
Ability.
Nothing.
Brimstone's coming down. I think it's kind of both fake in this engage. The time corridor down on
the
the
rest of this fight on Warfix. They are getting pushed in by Skyatel. I put the name in chat.
Okay, Warfix. Let me jump over there real quick.
These guys had been fighting a little bit, and Skyatel has been pushing in slightly. Well, Derek has.
Okay, yeah, they lost a few guys there. This is just a horrible spot though. Skyatel with no alliance debuff, just hitting you in the back, and you just get sandwiched between the two. Like, I don't see a way they come out of this on top unless
I mean,
Unless-
Squirtel's in a pretty bad spot, right? They're pinned up against the wall of the territory and the wall of the map. Like,
Yeah, but the
only
second
way...
you push into them, unless their comms are terrible and PoE doesn't respond with a counter push, like they would have to throw this pretty hard, basically.
You see the elements start swinging.
Well, I like that. They threw a camlan at the elemental to try and suck everyone in together. And here we see the Fine Lord of Beetles coming forward. The Fine Lord of Mammoth's already at half as well.
Yeah, I've just been watching the Ballista just pummel that.
Come in and snipe it, yeah.
Been seeing some interesting builds with the ballistas lately as well. A lot of Cluffies and Crypt Candles being used now for the extra damage.
I've come to the conclusion that like I think Cloth is better than cooldown.
Here we go. Scoia'tael's going in for their first major engage here.
There's a big clap on that choke, and they're not actually going to get too much out of it. Good hold by Fine Lorder, but just the numbers. The second wave did so much damage there, and they held well. The Locusts were good. I don't think they lost too many in that Fine Lorder, and now they're going to look
nice engage onto Scoia'tael's front line here. Not a lot of follow-up damage really from Final Order's side. Scoia'tael's going to be able to hold this here. Camlan's coming back.
We might need a new man soon.
Yep.
We might need a new man. Warfex, get to safety, bro. Oh no, the Gallas are coming.
You see that he's out of there. Yo, the reset. The green circles are good. There we go.
Oh, this feels harsh. Like this feels. You know. Oh no! Was that kicking? That was a kicking machine weeping.
Oh my god!
If I've ever seen one, that was kicking machine. And
the elemental
their way to the high ground. No, they're mounting. Some of these guys are jumping on their terror birds and saying, "Nah, let's get out of here."
I'm gonna jump on and see what Derek's doing real quick. He's still dismounted. They're still holding the east choke here.
Oh, Tim for real? And Krills are coming up to look at the. Oh, there's a Sun boss team in play here.
Okay.
So these guys are actually already started on this tower, but oh no, Ascended has gone down to mobs. Krills might go down to mobs as well. Oh, he's one hit. They've got him. He went down to mobs. Now Warfex might. This is harsh.
Yeah, Derek's group's still posturing on the east side. They're not giving up this choke. Crimson Imperium aren't pushing, even though Scoia'tael pretty much wiped out the west side.
This is kind of rowdy though. I think the Sun boss team probably shouldn't be doing PV right now, just in case Fine Lorder decides to punish that. I mean, that is greedy as hell, isn't it?
Yep.
Like that is greedy play. But it looks like the mob saved them from getting engaged on. Because Tim and that looked like they wanted to go for a cheeky clap. And I think and these guys are now getting pushed into Crimson. Like, so Fine Lorder are getting pushed into Crimson. They're going to be stuck on this south corner here.
It's like you make a YOLO play at this point in time, right? Like you've
got to burst through one side. Yeah.
You can't just sit here posturing in a tight choke like this. It's like you push this or...
here we go. So here we go. They're going hard into Crimson. That's what I like to see. Good claps going off. Huge damage. Casualties being taken by Crimson. But you know what's going to be coming behind. They just need to run all the way through. Yep, they need to route Crimson and leave with them. Everybody just zone out together, mount up and say, see you later, boys. But they inflicted huge casualties and they literally broke the Crimson line. The Crimson line is just gone now.
They're still going. They got to keep pushing east.
Don't let them let up.
Scoia'tael can't engage because they're going to be engaging right on top of Crimson Imperium Reborn.
I think at this point, Crimson just take the L and say drop everything. Do you know what I mean?
Because right now,
if you're look, there's look at this. That was another kicking machine mine that got walked over, and it's a mess.
Looks like Derek's having fun.
There's nowhere to pull back. Warfex might go down here, so I'm going to jump over to Derek if he does. Just be ready for that switch. But yeah, they made the right play, and they blasted through that line. And now I think the call is whoever can get out, get out. Oh, there's another great big clap, and they get some more kills. Fendor's going to go down to the Spectre Jacket. Canucks is going down, and Fine Lorder have got through. They are through the other side, but here comes
Scoia'tael.
Here comes Scoia'tael.
They're on the west, they're pushing in hard, and Final Order haven't got a lot of people left here. Scoia'tael is going to go in for their engagements here. Big Gala claps coming in. Final Order is, I think there's about like 20 people, if that, left on the field for these boys, and I think the call now is to mount up and get out if you can.
Let's get out of here. That was a really good fight. I don't know, this area just seems outrageously rowdy, doesn't it?
It does. And did they get the territory yet? No. Okay.
I don't know. Who is it? Still Sun doing the territory?
I think it is. I can go double check real quick.
Yep. Okay, they did actually stop and join the fight, so they've restarted. Are these guys still on the floor? No. Oh, there's another Sun Force on the territory as well now.
Yep. Well, that was a nice first fight there.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Let me go. I'm gonna go check. See anything else popping off around the names. Ooh, what's this? Wow. Okay. I checked Luxy, and they're in Float Shore, Fisher. Moving up onto this might be a boss group from Blackwater.
Valon and B used to fight so much, didn't they?
Yeah.
I remember a lot of throwdowns between them, but this area seems kind of quiet. And the Lions guys up on the North Peninsula seem to have a lot of space here. But this, yeah, as you say, Valon then, Lugsy and the guys are pushing towards this. And it looks like a boss team just ditched the tower.
Yeah, it's
Like-
expendables. They're like a group of 20 max. They're not going to be able to fight this Valon group at all.
And I think if that's your size group and you're looking for a tower, best thing you can do is hide in a dungeon until 1800 and just rush a tower.
Yeah.
Just rush one and try and grab one. Or have scouts around, see where the big forces are and try and grab something while everyone's fighting. But you're not going to want to face any of the major forces head on. And it's kind of the bad thing with this new system is you cannot hold a tower against a huge force without making alliances and making deals. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
There is a hideout in construction phase 3 in Deepwood Pines if you go in finale.
That is right now. Yeah, everything's hideout. I mean, to be fair, it's not the worst day to do it though. Like it's either a horrible idea or a genius idea. And I think we'll find out very soon. I think Valon are about to tell us which it is, in fact. So we'll find out if we get over to this hideout. No, they're just riding on past this hideout. So 400 IQ play of the day goes to the Everything Guild, who were like, hey, who's going to care about our hideout in reset day? And they're 13 minutes away from completion. Now, it only takes about 3 minutes to knock it down with a competent group. I don't know whose territory this was generally before that.
I'm not sure either.
Oh, question, by the way. Do we know if tower level buffs the Vengeful Guardian?
I think
Check if he's got a buff, because that would be a hilarious side effect, wouldn't it? No, he doesn't have a buff. Okay.
I was going to say, that would be insane.
Imagine that level 8 Guardian just toasting your teams. Like, hey, how's
shot
that
calling
thing
into
there?
like 3 a.m. Like they're on their 20th attempt of getting this Guardian down. And they still haven't got it down.
Unsurprisingly, then, June's was taken by Crimson in anticipation of tomorrow's action. The NKBD boys grabbed some stuff. Fjord have grabbed some stuff. Tidal grabbed Stone Lake Hillock. Bacon's grabbed Oasis and Plain. So there's quite a bit going on right now, actually.
Yeah, and I just hopped over to King Mojo, and it looks like these boys are very far away from home right now, all the way up in Murder Gulch Trail, still heading northeast.
Have they just got info on a fight then or something?
I don't know. Maybe they're hunting 1941, maybe Rack. I'm not sure. I don't think it's
some
the full
huge
force up here.
forces. Okay, Poe, Scoia'tael, SEA, Sun, a few serfs, and Final Order are all in step, and some members of the Boys Alliance as well. There's a lot of people in Sandrift Step. I don't know why this area of the map has decided to be where everyone is. But it's not far off capacity right now. Although I think everybody's just in Crimson. Boys are actually fighting Final Order, Tech Lord from Final Order. If we go to, oh gosh, let me find someone with a normal name. Flynn's, FLINZZ with 2 Zs. The Boys guys just murdered a few Final Order. We have hit Cluster Max here as well. Crimson and Sun holding towards the territory. We've got more people coming in from the north. That's more Sun. Boys Alliance doesn't have a debuff, so I think they're just here looking to grab a few cheeky kills.
They're going to be... Okay, SC. Okay. Just trying to get a feel of the map to see what's actually going on here.
Battlebraid Peaks has not been taken yet. We know that was an Arch territory, but then it
like
went
action's
to...
about to go down.
Oh,
This group of C just got caught from all sides, and it's over. I don't know if Bogul was able to hop over in time.
Who are you on?
I put it in the chat. Sumiti.
Is he still alive?
He's just about still alive.
All right.
But I don't know if Bogul was able to get there in time. But they got collapsed in on all sides in the southwest door here by PoE, and it was just like one and done pretty much. I haven't seen that in a while. They probably lost about.
The thing is,
people.
as well, though, right? Is you never know with everyone sort of dropping alliances and stuff like that. You actually never know where you stand if you don't know all of the politics, ins and outs. You might think you've got a fair fight, but the other three forces are all together. Do you know what I mean? You need to know who's working with who, and what their goals are, because there's a lot happening simultaneously at the moment.
Because I'm pretty sure these C guys, like, they went in there and they're like, okay, we have a chance here, and they're not all together, and they dismounted and started pushing the territory, and then they're like, wait, we're getting wrapped from all sides and we're dead. Still I haven't seen much action from 1941 at the moment.
Are they not more NA, or are they a bit of both?
They pull a lot.
I went to its pull-up and he's just standing in front of their hideout in Twin Channel Narrows. Artista is doing PvE. I like their whole group is doing the boss. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be, but
that can work.
You can zerg the boss down if you really want, but it's not. It's actually not as effective as a proper group. Looks like Drownfield Quag is where King Mojo and the boys are. I don't know if they've got any content yet. Have they?
I don't think they have. Where's Drowned?
I mean, do you not think at some point these guys are like, man, we should just fight aggressor, fight conflict, maybe. Just have fights.
So I'm currently looking around in the Timbertop Escarp map. We have Target up here with a pretty big force, just taking the territories up here. Over the last week, we have seen quite a lot of action back and forth, mainly S8 and 1941 and some Valon groups up here. But at the moment, that's like Target just free claiming everything in these zones.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess over the course of the month, obviously when it was brand new Outlands, everything was kicking off. Nobody really knew where they stood in terms of everybody else. So everybody was fighting and just trying to grab land. Over the last month, a kind of, I guess, a pecking order has been established, you know? Like, people realize where they stand in an area, and some people may be like, look, we're not up for another month of this, we're going to try somewhere else. I know a number of guilds have moved locks over the month as well because of the fighting, stuff like that. So I definitely think the dynamic has changed since launch, and people, you know, you don't want to live surrounded by people who just beat you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're just going to end up like stop playing the game pretty much.
Yeah. It's the same. I mean, it's the same as the old system where if your neighbors had a GVG team that would beat yours every single time, there was nothing you could do apart from just give them all your territories one at a time.
Yep. I'm just looking now. It looks like we're about to get some action once these two groups find each other. I'm just going to find us a tank to watch real quick. I put it in the chat.
He's going for the dual swords clap with the boots. He's running dual swords, boots of tenacity. Right now, though, they are getting fixed soon, but the boots of tenacity that he's running do cost a hell of a lot of money. Like,
where are you watching?
I'm just watching Nuck and some mini golf guys try and snipe boss teams. But yeah, those boots of tenacity weigh in at like $1 million plus right now for the cheapest pair because everybody's been abusing them in crystals. I don't know if you know about this bug, but basically the shoes can proc multiple times on dual swords for each target you hit. So if you hit a clump of people, you can just 100 to 0 them with Shoes of Tenacity and 3 stacks on dual swords.
Oh,
That's pretty wild.
It's
That's
kind of
pretty
disgusting,
broken.
but the price of Shoes of Tenacity went up over $1 million almost overnight once people started abusing it.
Wow.
But it's getting fixed in the next patch. It's on the test server patch notes, so I imagine that will deploy, if not Monday, then Wednesday with the the Fame patch. I believe that will be as well. So that is the plan. I think the patch on Wednesday is when we're due to get the Fame reduction for multiple territories, and that definitely will be something people will be keeping an eye on, won't they?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Finally, we have some action, it seems. It looks like these groups are...
Who have we got?
I put the... We got Target, and they're going to be facing up against the Lions Alliance, which have a pretty nice force on the other side of the map.
Lions have kind of just had a chill time in their little peninsula, haven't they?
They haven't.
They've had a lovely time up there.
No, not over the last week or so, dude. Like,
well, the first few...
been up there.
Okay.
Just...
The first few weeks, they just had it on lock.
Yeah. And then as like Rack slowly gained like the northwest corner, they slowly moved east along like the outside of the map, and it's just been chaos up here over the last week or so. This Target tank is not messing around. Foe 8.3 with an 8.2 Grove Keeper.
Yeah, I mean,
I love seeing.
When do you bring it down? When do you bring it out if you don't bring it to reset day?
Exactly.
Like.
What's the point of having it here in the bag?
Then again, the only problem with Gucci gear when the fights are at their absolute biggest is that one-shot potential. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing worse than just not seeing the thing that hit you. I like it. This Romacy guy is with them. He's clearly a non-debuff clapper.
Yeah.
Are they fighting here?
Looks like someone is fighting on the territory. Target backed all the way up when they zoned in. Hold on, let me get some names.
Oh, okay, Lions are flooding in through the door. There's a lot of kills at the bottom.
Wait, I'm so confused. Okay.
There's Violets fighting Lions.
So it's a bit of three-way right now.
Wait, I think it's just Lions left on the territory, it looks like.
So...
Who is Target then? What's their history?
Target 1941 Alliance.
Yeah, but what are they made up of? From because like they've not been around since launch, have they?
No, they started coming up pre-Queen, like a month or two before that. I can't really remember.
These guys look like
they weren't good, but now they hold their ground like by a guild just by themselves. Like they're doing well.
Yeah, they look like they mean business. They're dressed to impress today.
Hop on ulti from Violets.
ULTI?
Yep.
ULTY.
Okay.
And then from there we can see if we get a better view. But
okay, so Lions are being driven back by Violets. Maybe Violets and Target are coordinating today because they not really, Target probably could have gone in hard on the back of Violets if they wanted to.
Yeah, we've seen this over the last week when we've been spectating the content up here. Like these Violets have been, they had an engagement with 1941 and the people outside the 1941 Alliance, but at the same time, like when it comes to like this, like they don't fight each other. It's really weird. Like maybe they're in it for the objective, but then they are going to be playing for the content at the end of the day.
Yeah, you get your objectives, then you fight. Maybe I guess.
Yeah. Look at this positioning. Violets pushed themselves all the way into the west corner to try and see what's actually going on, and the blob moved out of the territory. And the Target guys, I'm pretty sure Target moved all the way to the northeast door.
I think they were just holding to wait and see if any of them got kicked from the cluster queue.
Yeah.
Because they're not a massive force. Alright, Lions on the boss area. Violets
seems to be moving out. They're leaving and into the northwest.
Yeah, they just got hammered by Violets. But we see who else is here. Obviously, Target could be here. What's he wearing on his Mammoth? Again, 8-2, excellent. 6-3 Masterpiece, 7-3 Taproot. He's gone for the plate one-handed mace build.
Tea Party just zoned in from the south.
Oh, baby. I know Tea Party have been controlling quite a big area, actually. Tea Party have had a good time, I think.
Yeah, they've been doing really well.
In Queen, they've been holding a nice bit of territory. They've been truly unallied, I believe. And just having a nice time.
And they've been recruiting pretty well. They're at 221 members now, which is nice. We know their activity fell pretty low post-Queen, or pre-Queen, shall I say.
Well, they disappeared for a while as well, and
Yeah.
then came back, didn't they? Which is you can't do that to a guild. If your leadership just disappears, your guild just folds, and everyone goes elsewhere, and then you've got to rebuild from scratch or try and convince people to come back. There'll always be the loyalists who will come back whenever they reappear. I think most guilds have got those kind of people, but that's not enough to have a guild. All right, Hick says there's a fight on him, I believe.
I just got one from Monono as well.
They're the same force, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so Sandrift Step looks like there's a bit of a fight. Final Order are up in here. We'll see if they definitely want round 2 here. I mean, they did huge damage to the Poe guys as well, which was good.
Oh, overcharges are popping. This is going to be a good fight.
Oh, it's SEA. SEA to the north, Send to the south, and it looks like SEA just got absolutely...
What was that, dude?
They did do a lot of counter damage, actually, but SEA completely dead. There's now sweeping from the northeast in, trying to get some counterplay, but I think even the guys that were super low on Final Order just got out of there.
And look at this front line just getting caught here by Final Order. Looks like they're going to be fully engaging to the northeast here. Outside of the territory still. We have a different layout this time round, territory-wise. It's got those
no back door on this one.
Nope, and those choke points are really deadly if you're going to be pushing into the territory.
Yeah, weepings as you go on to the first tier, weepings from the second tier are horrible.
Yep, and that camland onto the beetle caught those boys trying to escape there. They just got deleted. That
SEA have not had a good time of this today. I feel bad because they ran into to PoE before the towers went live, and they just ran into the full Final Order force.
Yeah.
Who was smarting from that first engage. Final Order going to be up on the tower now, though.
Yeah, it's like they're splitting in 2. They have a group to the southeast outside that's getting engaged on by a bomb squad. Nice catch by C onto the Final Order boys.
Oh, some damage going out there. But
oh my god,
only a few casualties. That's the thing. They got nice bombs off, but you've got to turn that into kills. If you're gonna suicide in, you've got to make the most of it. And they're just sort of peeling back, trying to turn. They do have some galas ready to go in. Boda with his bloodletter is up in there though. The key is if you've got the numbers on them, just never let them reset. Just stay on top of them with your bruisers and just don't let them play anymore.
Yeah, look at this group trying to escape to the southeast here from C. They all just got.
And there's already a Grove Keeper on the door. He's just looking. He's just looking for the slam, and he's probably going to look for Tom Cruise here. Tom Cruise's cousin. No, he actually, Galhaz didn't fancy going for it. Interestingly, I would have definitely clapped on that. In the meantime, Sun are coming in for a fight now. Sun want a piece of Final Order. They're looking at let's have a look, 27% buff, so they're slightly outnumbered. They got 2 beetles, no mammoth though, and it's going to be a fight up in the front.
And Final Order are sitting on a 32% debuff.
Yeah, and their Final Order have got really good vision as well. Nice Knights helms there. Mex has to split back. Oh man,
Sun just caught out Final Order's backline with a massive weeping.
Casualties on both sides though. In this center, Sun are going down, Final Order are going down. This choke, though, could be deadly. If there's the follow-up, Final Order have got a huge clump there. They can drop so much DPS onto this. And it's going to be a full north push for Sun now, trying to reset. And they've already got Panzer Shrek on top of them with that beetle. And there goes the Gala claps. Godslayer's looking for the weeping. He might actually get a good weeping there. No, he got silenced. He got silenced before he could get the mine off. Feels bad. No counter. They did inflict a few casualties on Final Order, but it's not going to be enough to hold this. I don't think anyone is doing the tower yet. Oh, okay. In the meantime, the tower has been taken by SCA. They had a boss team up on there, and they managed to grab the tower despite getting wiped by Final Order. Final Order now going 2-0 in these fights, taking control of the zone. And there's a huge clump on the bridge. He turned around actually, threw out some Waylands, but the preemptive locusts were in place for Final Order. These guys aren't going to get caught out on a bridge like that, and it's just going to be a full rout for Sun here as Final Order roll over them.
Yeah, I was just watching Momono in the back while you were watching the front there, and they called out a couple battle mounts as well, chasing. I think it was 2 beetles that they caught to the southeast. So yeah, Momono just whispered me beetle. It looks like they're about to catch another one from Crafting Jesus. He's on foot, about to go down. If you switch over to Momono, there he goes. Just on the road to the southeast. I got the combat log open so I can check if they did. It looks like it trashed. Yeah. I think it was another beetle though.
Look at Hot Skull. Hot Skull going for the Gala clap actually. It's actually got a bloodletter to hand, and these guys don't have a healer available.
Sora does absolute work with that prism. Like,
he goes hard.
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking for Overtaker now with his bloodletter. Can they catch the man? He has got the undead cape. They might need a reveal for him. He couldn't. Yeah, he could actually execute Joe if he wants.
Yeah. Come on, do it.
The reflect is out though. He's thinking. I bet he's thinking. If I know Overtaker, he's definitely thinking about it. Although he might have just legged it.
Yeah.
If he saved his boots, he probably just undead and legged it. I know that guy though. He definitely would have been tempted by the kill. he would have been sat there weighing up the options. And look at the clap guys. The clap guys are here rifling through the bodies.
We got another fight. If you want to hop back over to, I'll put the name in the chat. Misto man. Pronounce it. Yeah, Violets and Tea Party are battling up on the north here in Scuttle St. Paul's. Currently in the thick of it. We have Violets literally inside a Tea Party, but Tea Party's not giving up. They're pushing in hard. Violets frontline really low HP, and it looks like they're going to get routed here. Nice slow there with the icicle staff. Resets coming out for Violet's frontline.
They could turn here.
Yep.
They're getting the reset as well from the Eagles and the Royal Jackets. It's a Royal Jacket one. But it doesn't look like they actually want to turn.
No, it looks like they're heading towards the territory. There's more blobs on the territory, and there's another blob on the gate. Don't know what the call is here. This guy's getting pounded by the Guardian.
Yeah, the Guardian's no joke. I wish it ramped up with tower level though. That would be hilarious. I'm still learning the map as well. It's not easy to see at first glance what the map situation is.
Violet's mounting up here. Nobody on their screens. No reds on their screens. See what they're going to be doing here. Nope, they dismount again. They're all on cooldowns. Bad choice. If Lions push in here, they would have been on cooldowns ability-wise. And it looks like
where did Tea Party go? A Tea Party behind Lions?
I think they got wiped by Lions, maybe. Massive Brimstone.
Big damage on that south flank.
Gala comes in.
Lions guys get absolutely rolled there.
Oh my god. You hate to see it like that.
They had good vision. The other guys didn't have cooldowns, but look, it's all Clothies. What were the Clothies doing in that position? You got to wonder.
Yeah,
you've got to wait for the tanks to create that space.
Exactly, you can't go in clump like that either. It's like
they got what was coming to them.
Yeah, but they still got punch play on the territory. It seems to the southeast and northeast. That one guild that I can never pronounce, but Bogul can.
Bonersky Cartel.
There you go. We got another one that can pronounce it. So it's just me and Shozen that's letting the team down. Looks like Violets are still going to be pushing in northeast here. They're split pretty well.
And this tower's actually not gone yet, has it? No.
Nope, not yet. 30 minutes in.
One of the few that's available. Where did Battle Bray ended up going? Because that was being fought over for a while, but nothing meaningful. It was just boss teams constantly pushing each other out. So there is actually a few towers still up.
It's like this Violets group's mounting up and wrapping around. We got Tea Party back on the field. Here we go. We got
Okay,
Tea Party to the
Violet's are
southeast.
dismounting. They want to fight Tea Party. Lycan Master, you know Lycan Master likes a Brimmy. He's in the back line looking for the angle. And Violet's, it's about to get violence. As they come
Big
in
claps
with the
coming in.
Tea
Big
Party
damage
actually
from
got some
Tea
guys
Party.
low here, but it doesn't seem like... And Tea Party just kind of ran through the tanks and is just hounding the DPS, which I guess is a pretty good way to play it, because now the tanks are kind of worthless. Because they're nowhere near their main force. And I think Tea Party just went full aggro mode on it.
Pretty much switch sides. Like, Tea Party ran through
Zykeman
and
is going to die, though.
got the northwest vision, pretty much. Or, I say vision, I would be more of like a holding.
Violets still have position, but they've got Target behind them now. Unless Target and Tea Party are combining here, in which case it's a problem. Because maybe Tea Party needed to go the other side because of where Target was.
Oh,
or maybe
they
they
clump.
Oh, that's a lovely
Any
hit on that
follow-up
clump,
damage?
but nothing.
No
There was a wet Galatine with no stacks, and now they all die.
That's what you hate to see.
Yeah. We've got a couple of those failed Galatines coming in Meme Line episode 2, actually.
Nice.
Some real classics that would be
Oh,
huge
Bim.
Galatines, but they get purged.
I mean, Bim, Wailing Bow there. It looks like Tea Party and Target aren't fighting, or aren't together, shall I say.
I'm going to jump to do this simply because the other guy's nearly dead.
Yeah, he just went down now.
We followed him earlier on. So if you jump to do this, who we were on before. For the Target boys, he's got the flex gear. Only the 8-2 Grove though didn't quite get it to 8-3. Costs like 19 million to do it with relics, but
Yeah,
you know,
I looked at that as
why
well.
not?
Like...
It's only pixels.
Exactly.
Shout out to KVT1 who's been spamming high Albion TV. High Albion TV for like 20 minutes.
In Say chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Seems like this kind of, I don't know. It never really seemed like a big fight. People just took a few losses and then backed out a little bit. Still, no. We'll see who wants to get this tower, though. There's a Violets guy, True Flow, on a mount. The Bloodletter's just picking off some Tea Party guys now. Raven on the field. Don't know how I feel about the Raven. The fear's nice, but it's very hard to get it off in a ZVZ.
Yeah, and the cooldown's massive.
Yeah, on the passive it is. Yeah, it's not so long on the E1 because you've got 2 fears. The problem is it's like it's got the resilience of a direwolf. Like one ability will just not demount you anyway.
Yeah. When the Beetle is just so superior, like the Beetle is probably one of the best battle mounts in the game. The silence and the knock-up, pretty good. But this zone has been content today.
Yeah. Look at Ramasi, the solo clap dirtbag. I like that. He's just looking for fun. I think he's with Tea Party. Tea Party on the high ground. They want to push this choke. Tea Party weren't quite ready for that. Lions are up the top as well. Lions and Tea Party are all on the high ground. Tea Party, there go the counters. The Brimmies do come
Silence
down.
comes in
Look
as
at
well.
look at those resets. Look at those resets, though. They saved their tanks there by a whisper. Goldluck did get taken down, but now Lions are coming in from the south. And Target are actually in a bit of trouble. I see 2 T8 Grove Keepers side by side here. These guys came out big, and it might be a costly choice right now. Although they're holding the line against Lions.
Oh, that siege bow.
That was a really good reset spot here.
Lions just got melted again. It seems like this clump here, and it looks like another group is coming on the east side.
Coming in hard. Look at that. How many brimstones?
Oh. Tanks lived. Cloffies did not in that engage. Those resets.
Where's the other T8 Grove? There it is. Ironside and Dudis have got those T8.2 Grove Keepers. Those men, I think they'll be mounting. Oh, it looks like, hang on, the tower's gone. The tower just got taken because the guards are going to town. Brutal Dog's going to go down to guards. No, he gets saved just by the Arcane Shield. There's other poison. Oh, Red is dead. Coming in as well. Oh, Target are going back in. Oh, that's a good soul scythe. That's another good soul scythe. There's a clap.
There's a stun.
There's the beetle.
There's the brimstone.
There's the brimstones. Oh my days. Valon
massive combos.
Absolutely murdered there. I don't know how they didn't counter that. Where was the locust? Because that wasn't just telegraph.
It was this guy.
He sent them a carrier pigeon half an hour in advance.
Stone. Well, or what's left of him.
What's left of him? Target have taken heavy casualties though. They are fighting on a shoestring right now, but they're doing well with it.
Yeah, it's like they're coming back in there. The reset's gone down for Target, and everyone's back to full HP pretty much. These boys aren't giving up. And who have we got to their southwest here? Okay, the remaining of Valon is to their southwest. Newer guild that I don't know the name of.
I think
And
it's
another
Zonies.
guild to the northeast.
Just some basically when there's not many towers left, everyone just turns up to have a look, don't they?
Yeah.
Zord actually get the Raven off here, and I think Target are trying to mount and get out, or they're just looking to regroup. No, they're looking.
I'm looking at the mini map every
There's
now
no
and then.
there's no tower
There's
here now, so
it's either you stay for the content or you just dip set right now. But it looks like Target are staying for the content. They're all grouped back up. Their front lines re-established, and they're moving back southwest here. Got a blob holding the territory and a blob holding to the southwest of the territory, and then we got Target to the northeast. And anybody else who wants to join in just comes through on one of the doors here. I think this is the only tower left in the game. Oh wait, it's taken, but
yeah. I don't know if there is any other towers right now. Let's have a look. I'm sure I can find something.
oh wait, there is. Wait, is this? Okay, Skylake Hinterland and Skylake Bridge both unclaimed. Along, wait, is that EU or NA? Is 21
Yeah, EU. Yeah.
NA? EU. Okay, so Swift Sands Basin is also unclaimed, all the way in the northeast corner of the map.
Okay, let's go over there and have a look if anyone's doing it. Usually we just try and see who's taking what now. Swift Sands Basin. Zorn have just taken everything around it though. There's only a level 1 tower, but it's up for grabs and it is a tier 7 zone, which is never a bad thing. See if I can get myself over there. Looks like the Expendables are on the boss. They've only just started though. They do not have a group here. Oh, they do have a little blob actually. Tell a lie, it just popped up. No debuff, but there's nobody else in the zone right now.
It's quite interesting because remember we had Valon show all the way over, like pretty much the other side of like this northern corner. They're like all the way northwest. They haven't secured their home. I would call it their home zones, right?
The problem with this, right, for Expendables, you grab this tower, right, and then what? Like,
Exactly.
do you run out 7 zones from the portal to play there every day? You don't have a hideout. I guess you then try and follow up with a hideout, but it's going to be nearly impossible, isn't it?
Exactly. I'm still on Judas. They're currently running through Scuttlesink Marsh, and they have Valon just behind them. I don't know if we're going to get another fight here or not. They are in full run. They're going to hit the tunnel here, it seems.
I'm going to go check Skylake Hinterlands, because that's a castle zone. That'll be kind of interesting.
What happened to Blue Army?
I don't know. I didn't get any whispers to say they were fighting either, so...
No one is doing Hinterlands right now. It's literally
Really?
not being claimed. And that's
It's a castle map.
Yeah.
And it's the weekend. Castle loot is 50 million silver per big castle, boys. What are you doing?
Skylake Bridge. Again, no one has done either of these territories.
They just forget that they were there?
I don't know.
Is this EU? No, that's NA.
Both the Sky Lakes are EU. A pair of stone zones. So I think Expendables will get Swift Sands Basin. I don't have any whispers on any other fights right now.
Yeah, I've got nothing either. I am copying and pasting.
There is a scout now. I can't see who it's from. Netpre. Oh no, it's a guy doing solo dungeons with a tier 4 longbow. Never mind. I was like, they've been spotted doing the boss. Turns out they haven't. And 42k, they are going to grab Swift Sands Basin, which is a nice pickup. But again, it's in the middle of Valon territory, and you've got to be able to defend it against the full Valon Zerg.
Which we've seen in action, and they don't go
Yeah,
down
like
without a fight.
Expendables is literally just 78 people top, like together. And unfortunately, currently, a group of that size doesn't have a place in the Outlands, really. Your only option for Outlands is a free public hideout or paying someone to allow a hideout to exist. And maybe renting a tower off them. Because anybody who wants this tower can just take it. And they would have to ally up right now.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few like the renting of like hideouts for major guilds that can't really reach out that far. Like we've seen that over like last couple weeks. I don't know what the payment price is for such a thing, but we have seen it. Blue Army's done it. I know 1941 has done it. Well, I don't know the prices though. It looks like we were talking about what Blue Army's been doing. I hopped onto King Mojo, and it looks like they rode around the map, I think, because it looks like they're heading home. And I'm just taking a quick check of the map.
Just some sightseeing? What?
Yeah, I think they did a loop of the map. They're like, wow, we've never really been up here before. And that's about it.
They took the EU Highstone territory. So it definitely looks like they're going to make a play on the NA Highstone area.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Highstone Lock is key. Level 8 territory in a T8 zone. I don't think they're going to let that go down to anybody else. But in terms of like what we saw pre-reset compared to now, it looks like everything's like for the major players, it's sat right back into what we were seeing before, right? Pretty much the line of River Cops Crossing is being held by PoE, and then to the north of that you have Squawk, and then to the east you have Black Order holding the swamp area into the snow zone. Then Valon all the way on the northeast claimed back pretty much everything apart from Skylake Bridge and Skylake Hinterland. Still not claimed, by the way.
No one was even doing them. Swift Sands Basin is going to go to Expendables, but I'd like to check in on that in a few days' time and see what the situation is. I think like Zorn might have just said, look, we can't even bother to run there. We'll just claim it off whoever takes it.
Yeah. But what happened with Rack? It seems like they had like the whole north corner of the map to themselves, and it seems
they've got their little tucked away area. Soundmount Ascent. They've got the T8 Castle on lock as well, though.
Yeah, I think that's their main area, right?
Yeah, Sandmount Ascent is like HQ for them. Target have a hideout there as well. Interestingly, I don't know if those guys are still on good terms. It's only a level 1 hideout, and they've not made a play on it, so I assume there's some sort of deal going on. Because Rack were 1941, weren't they?
Yeah. It was Rack, Target, Sancta Inquisito.
Sancta were in Arch.
Yeah, they moved to 1941.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I knew they were in Arch, and they said they were unhappy with the commitment of the rest of the Alliance. And I was like, and you were surprised by this? Why?
Yeah. But I'm looking at Alliance View on the north corner, right?
Alliance View is terrible now because everybody's dropped Alliance. So like it's the opposite now. In the top 20, right? There are 6 guilds with an alliance in the top 20. But the majority of those will be in some sort of unofficial alliance or a NAP.
Yeah, it's
politics. And
now.
again, like Fine Lorder's alliance and One Punch Man's alliance is, just an alt guild each.
Yep.
So the only true alliances there are the Articulate Mortis with Blue Army, PoE with Crimson, even though that's just PoE and PoE Newborn now.
I'm sitting on Skylake Hinterlands. Valon's finally decided to show up. Squid Squad's here and Dutch Squad. And as I was sitting here, the tank rolled in, no healer. And he's just getting murdered by this.
The Expendables nearly wiped as they were finishing the boss, but they did manage to get the job done and claim it. So I guess we just wait
Nice.
for these last two to roll over.
I'll put the name of looks like the tank that's going to be doing the boss here in the chat. But I was just checking. It looks like Merge of the AGS Alliance were able to claim 3 territories all the way northeast in Everwinter Reach and North Strand Beach. Also, Bravery and Stupidity were able to claim a territory, Dry Top Riverbed. Solo Guild,
Good lads.
top lads. 25 members, by the way, and they're able to claim a territory.
But are they able to hold a territory? That's the problem.
That's the question. And then we also have Worm's Army. They were able to take 2 territories. And they only have 55 members up in the north. So it looks like I guess guilds did come out to play today.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you want to slap down a hideout as well as soon as you can. If you've claimed a territory, you might want to make the hideout play immediately while everyone's still fighting over what's theirs or what's not theirs.
Yeah, because you're going to be like guilds are going to be focusing on like once again like territory control and placements and stuff. And if you can sneak a hideout in and hope that people don't see it, it's like
hideouts are infinitely more important than towers.
Yes. Do we know if that hideout that we sold before at the start is still there, or did it get taken?
Oh gosh, where was it though?
I can't remember.
I can't even remember where it was.
Me neither.
Oh no.
But I don't think. Well, Valon ran over it, so it was wherever Valon were. I believe it was a swamp. No, I honestly can't even remember where it was.
We lost it.
Rip.
Or was it a forest?
I'll watch back the VOD and then we'll see. I'll let you guys know on the NA show.
Look at, by the way, go to Timbertop Escarp and look at that hideout placement in there. That is juicy.
What, by Punch Play?
I believe that's whose hideout it is.
Wait.
No. Timbertop Escarp.
Oh, there we go.
It's Sancticardium.
Yeah, they actually messed up today. They were on the territory and Target ran in, and like it was a standoff. I was watching it, but nothing was happening. But it looked like they were about to fight, and then suddenly like, they just walked north and Target walked southeast. I guess they made a deal, and Target took the tower, but let them live. So
okay.
I haven't seen that group or that name tag anywhere before, so it's nice to see Target are letting newer guilds in.
Punch Play. And the guys, I like that. There's a guild called Thug Life as well. But yeah, Lions have definitely really lost a lot of their northern peninsula here. I wish there was more of these like peninsula style areas. Like, I think that's really cool. Like a completely independent area that you don't pass through these areas. You have to specifically go there. Like, I love stuff like Red Tree Enclave as well. If you've seen that with the 2 arch hideouts there.
Red Tree Enclave.
It's like, it's one of the few zones in the game with only one entrance.
Yeah, that's a sick map.
Like, I like more of those. You got Mudfoot Mountains, only has the 1 entrance as well. That's got an arch hideout in. But I do wonder, like, if Arch held on to 35 territories again, guilds are not going to want to have a negative income in Arch, right? And Arch guilds are going to be very salty about having a 20% fame debuff as well.
Yep, and just as we're watching that Dutch squad claim the territory here, and it looks like that's the final one, is it not?
The one next to it was still...
That's taken by Italian now.
Okay, they've grabbed both of them. And I think that's it then for the EU reset. I'm just having a quick look around. No one's PMME for fights. So yeah, it looks like we had plenty of action there at least. So now, you know, NA has a lot to disappoint in the monthly EU versus NA which reset was better showdown.
Yeah, that's always fun. It's always it's always depressing having like a massive banger EU fight, and then you go NA all hyped up, and then it's literally you walk around and you're like, come on, fight, please.
We didn't see the armor/squat guilds in fights though, really, did we? Didn't
Nope.
look like they got much action. I mean, Shiro will just want towers. He's happy with just towers and money.
Yeah.
Whatever happened
true
to that
Russian.
Shiro Airlines thing? Is that a thing still?
That's
The
still
what
a thing.
thing?
If you open up your map real quick and go to White Bank Portal South, and then White Bank Cross, so it's southwest, and then open up the mini map, and then look at the hideouts.
Okay, so that's like to get your bubble, is it?
Yep, and then it goes all the way southwest, so into Deepwood Gorge. You have another one, and then southwest into
So, yeah,
Deepwood.
so you could just
Gorge.
bubble bounce between hideouts.
Yep.
And not get ganked. That makes sense. Like, that's a good idea to do with your stuff.
Especially
If
when
there's
you're transporting a lot.
Yeah, if there's not a tower in range.
Yeah, he hasn't got it all the way to the hideout yet. I don't. His main
But
hideout zone.
you would be
but it's
pretty
there.
much invincible with a command mammoth there. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like you would have to have 3 ballistas waiting for you.
Or if you accidentally outlaw yourself by casting an ability. We've seen that before.
Well, that's what happened to the Bloodlusts one. He casts the Earth Shatter on a scout on the portal. And we literally happened to have 2 ballistas in the zone.
God bless.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if that's that, then we just have to
Are you calling it, Bogul? You're in
for a later
charge.
show. I'm up to you guys. I don't see any other fights. I'm hopping.
When are we
around
back,
one more
Bogul?
time.
Tell people what's coming on later on then. Tell them what they can expect here on Albion TV for the NA reset. What time will we be live?
Well, we will still have the 15-minute delay, but we will start casting at our time at 00:30. So you should see action at 1:45, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And you guys will be here as well, right? Looking at what the NA reset will bring, finishing up the rest of Albion Invasion Day.
Yes, I will set my alarm, have a wee sleep, and I'll be back for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're an old man, so you can't stay up like us young'uns anymore. You gotta have that power.
My wife's out. I've actually got my kids as well. So
Oh, okay, fair
like
point.
she gets home at midnight. So if the baby sleeps, I'll sleep, and then I'll get up. It's all good though. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow the channel if you're not already. You'll get notified when we come online, and you can check out all of the other Albion Online social media on Twitter. We've also got the YouTube channel, the Reddit, the official Discord, and if anyone still is using Facebook, Albion Online is on Facebook as well. Thank you guys for watching. This was EU Reset. This was Lewpac, Bogul, and Robin Hood. Nearly said shows in there, just out of habit, muscle memory, but got it right. And we look forward to seeing you all at the NA Reset. Thank you, everybody, for taking part. Congrats to all the winners. Commiserations to all the losers, as always. This was AlbionTV, and we'll see you later on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.